Who's your emergency contact? Who should we notify in the case of death? Welcome to the USP, where I spent the last 2+ decades of my life. Now I tell you, we're in bloody Beaumont. But let me give you a little backstory on how things work in the penitentiary. When I was in Lompoc, the doors are on racks. You got a long hallway. The guards open up the box and they wind a wheel or pull a lever, and all the doors open up at the same time. And it stays open all day long. So to have some privacy, you got to put a blanket up across your door or a sheet. But when you're on the toilet using the bathroom, I would push my locker in front of the doorway. Even though I don't have any beef with anybody, even though I get along with everybody, even though I'm cool with everybody, I still push my locker in front of my door when I'm on the toilet. Because that's just procedure. That's for my safety. Then when I went into the newer prisons, if I have to use the toilet, I'm not comfortable if I don't put my chair between the door and me. It's just a habit that I've developed through these years. I'm not dragging my kitchen chair into my bathroom here at home anymore. But, for gang members out there in the pen, in the USP, when they go shower, they always got a couple dudes, at least one guy, watching their door. If these gang members are high profile as far as their status within the organization and stuff, when they're using the bathroom, they got somebody watching their door. Sometimes people have different jobs in the penitentiary, and they might work late hours, so they might have to sleep during the day. When they do, they're not just in the cell snoozing away. They got somebody watching the door. Because you never know when shit's gonna happen. And when shit pop off, there's no rules to war. There's no sucker shit, there's no crudball shit. At the end of the day, when you're in a confrontation, the only rule is to win. And that means if the guy's bigger than you can't beat him up with your hands, you go get a knife. If the guy that you want to get is tough and probably can whoop 2 of you, then you'll get 3. If he can whoop 3 of you, you'll get 4. The only objective in these confrontations is to win by any means. Because the only ones that cry about shit is the losers. The winners never cry. In war, the victor writes the history. When somebody accuses somebody of war crimes, that's not the winner. You're not accusing the winner of war crime. You can't do nothing to the guy. It's the losers that always get charged with war crime and these atrocities and stuff. Well, the same concept works in the penitentiary. Now, what I got to share with you, you already kind of know where I'm heading, was there was this DC cat, a youngster. He lived upstairs in CB, right above me. He's in the unit with my homeboy Rudy that I mentioned a couple times on these episodes. Me and Rudy, we've been friends a long time. And we've been on a few different yards, 3 different yards together. And when this DC dude comes off the bus, and the DC didn't have no available cell in CB. So they put him in there in one of the Texas inmates cell. When the doors open and the Texas inmate went and spoke with them, they told him, that this is their cell, and that he can stay there until he find himself a place to live. And from what Rudy told me, he was cool, that youngster, the DC dude. So they weren't tripping on him being in that cell until however long it takes him to find another cell. Well, one day, Rudy's down by the stairs. When you come into in the unit, as soon as you hit the unit, depending on what unit you're in, to the left or to the right, is the stairs that go upstairs. Then the stairs go all the way around, but in Beaumont, it doesn't, the second tier doesn't connect all the way around the unit. It's only like 2/3 of the way. It goes this way, and that's it. You guys like half the unit, the tiers go half the unit, and you guys 2 staircases coming out here. So Rudy, his cell is by the door. So he's kicking back with his feet up watching TV. And the young DC dude, he goes and puts up his towel because he goes and gets on the toilet. Now, when I use the toilet, I never use it during a move. We have a 10-minute moves in the penitentiary every hour. We have a 10-minute move. I use it when the move is closed or before the move is open. I don't do it during the move because during the move, all the doors in the units are open and you never know who's coming in, who's coming out. So there's just things that you pick up while you're living in that environment to help you stay safe to the best of your ability. And in this particular incident, the youngster, he just got here. He only been here not even a week. He's in the cell with his towel over the door to let people know we can't block our windows. We don't have anything to block our windows except for our own makeshift stuff. Some people cut cardboards up to put over their window, but he just put a towel over his window to let people know, hey, don't be knocking, because he could be in there jacking off. They could be in there having sex, whatever it is. When a towel is hung over your door, whoever's in that cell is occupied, is busy doing something. So this kid, he's using the toilet, and he got his towel over the window, over the door. So during the move, Rudy noticed somebody, you're always aware of your surroundings. You know who lives in your unit, and you know who don't. And a lot of times when you get somebody from another unit coming to the unit, something's going on. So Rudy sees other DC dudes come in the unit, and his spider senses perk up like, okay, somebody's about to get hit. But the dude's not acting suspicious or anything. He comes up to Rudy and is like, hey, where does my little homeboy live? Where's my homie live? And Rudy, he's aware of the environment that he lives in. And he don't want to be the one, like, what if this dude's trying to hit that kid? He don't want to be the one pointing him out or whatnot. So, but he's like, hey, man, I heard one of my homeboys is living in one of you guys' cell. And he was like, yeah, but he's busy right now. So the DC dude looks up and sees that, the towel is up. Usually it means somebody's using the bathroom or they're busy. Well, he runs up the stairs, opens the door, and that young DC dude's on the toilet. And he starts stabbing that young DC dude. He's got his pants down around his ankle, sitting on the toilet, taking his shit. And this other DC dude runs up there and starts stabbing him. But that youngster, he had heart. He tried to fight back. He got his knife, because he just left his knife on the sink. So when the dude brought him to move, he was getting stabbed up, but he was able to grab his knife and kind of half-ass defend himself. But as they're fighting, he's got his pants around his ankle. He trips and fall. And now the other DC dude is just sitting on top of him, just butchering him. I don't know how you guys feel when you guys hear these stories that I share with you. But for me, it's just, I'm already home now, but I'm reliving these things here on this YouTube, on these episodes when I share it with you. And sometimes it's still, I'm not aware of it then because I'm just living it and I'm getting by, I'm getting through, and this is the environment that I'm in. But sitting here sharing the story with you is different because now I have a different perspective outside looking in of what's going on. And man, we're fucked up in there. We're very vulnerable. No matter what we do, no matter what step we take, no matter what we say, our actions or lack thereof could always mean our life. And when I say mean your life, I literally mean that. Now, as far as we know, that youngster wasn't fucked up, he wasn't a rat or any of that thing that we know of, but it's probably something personal. But like I said, when it comes to war, there's no rules. And if you're trying to win, you're trying to give yourself the best advantage you can. And that's the reason why I've seen it so many times. If I haven't seen it with my own eyes, I've heard about it happening on the yard that I'm at. So that's why when I go to use the toilet, use the bathroom, I always drag my chair with me and put it between the door and me. Because that chair could literally mean life and death. Because if somebody opens the door and rushes in and there's no barrier in between me, he has a free shot. I'm sitting there with my pants around my ankles. And that's another thing. Like, I take my pants off. I sit there with my shoes on. I got my shirt on, but I ain't got no pants on because I'm not trying to have to get up in a confrontation and trip and fall. I'm not a known gang member. I don't have any type of status in the penitentiary, so I don't have any security. So again, when I go shower, I take my chair with me, and I place my chair between the shower door and me, because that little bit of barrier is gonna cause that whoever's coming in there to not be able to just have free access to me. And that's the way we live. The environment that we live in has conditioned us in such a way where, one, it's not healthy, but two, you're always aware of the time that you're vulnerable. That's when you're on the top, that's when you're on the toilet, in the shower, or in your bed sleeping. I don't sleep during the day. I ain't took a nap, except like a few weeks ago. That's the first time I took a nap with my wife. Outside of that, I don't take no naps. I'm up at fucking 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock before the doors open. And I always have a barrier between me and the door, regardless if I'm showering or taking a shit. Welcome to my world. Welcome to the USP. See you guys next time.